Hi, my name is Vince, and you're watching AI for Everyone. In our last video, I showed you how to set up an account for ChatGPT. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to customize it so it becomes your personal assistant. Now, there's no need to worry. You don't have to be techie to do this. It's very simple, and we're just going to walk through, and I'm going to give you examples that show why customizing it's a good idea. Just like we did with why having an account's a good idea, we'll look at some examples. And again, this customization, the information you put in here, it's completely private. It's not shared with anyone. It's not shared with advertisers. It's simply used by ChatGPT to customize your responses. So you don't have to worry that it's going to be somehow stolen. They don't share this customization with anyone. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop over to the computer screen like we did last time and go ahead and log into your account of ChatGPT that maybe you set up previously or maybe you set up from the last video. And we'll look at some of the customization and why it's useful. All right, let's get to the computer screen, shall we? Okay, so here we are at our computer screen like we were last time. And you'll see that the things we talked about last time, my exercise routine and my meal suggestion requests, they're right there. They've been saved all this time. We're going to now look at customization and how we can make ChatGPT feel like our personal assistant that knows us, like a good friend. A good friend remembers things about us and can use that the next time they're talking to us or in the future. So to do that, if you look at your computer screen, you'll see up here where mine is, where it says the V next to temporary. If we click on that, you're going to see a number of options. Now, we're not going to look at hardly any of these because, again, this channel is for people that aren't real tech savvy, that just want to use this for practical everyday uses. So 90% of what's in here, we don't have to touch. It's all set perfectly right when we start. But we're going to look at Customize ChatGPT. So let's click on that. Now, once we click on it, we can see it says Customize ChatGPT. Introduce yourself to get better, more personalized responses. And if we put our mark over the question mark there, it says it'll use the information you provide to tailor its responses to you. And you can learn more about how your data is used. But again, like I said, it's not used by ChatGPT other than here. So the first thing it asks is, what should ChatGPT call you? You can put your name in there. My name's Vince. I could put Vin, Vince, Vincent, Vinny. I could put in there, call me Captain Marvel, call me Superman, call me AI Master, whatever I want, and that's how it's going to refer to me. You can tell it what you do. What do you do for work? Something like that. Then you can tell it what traits should ChatGPT have, and this is the interesting part. And we're going to start here. Before we go into what should ChatGPT call you, what do you do? Those are kind of minor things. We're going to look at the traits. Now, as you can see, I don't have anything in here. I don't have my name, I don't have what I do, and I don't have any traits for ChatGPT. So let's just use an example to see how traits affect ChatGPT. We're going to cancel out of this, and you can follow along with me if you want. Now, I should mention that for some reason on my computer right here, next to use voice mode, on your computer or your phone or your tablet, there should be a little microphone icon so that instead of typing everything in, you can just speak it. Sometimes mine is there, sometimes it isn't. I've troubleshot it and it's there sometimes and sometimes it's not, even though all my settings are correct. So I'm going to type my stuff in. So we're going to just use a very basic question. Let's do this one. Let's see. What should I take for a weekend at the beach? So we've got nothing in. We're just going to ask it this prompt. And this is just regular ChatGPT. And here it is. This is not bad. A weekend at the beach sounds great. Here's a checklist to make sure you have everything you need. And look what it does. It breaks it down. Essentials, swimsuit, at least 2 so one can stay dry while you wear the other. Beach towel or sand-free towel, sunscreen, hat, and it gives you some ideas. Flip-flops or sandals, beach bag, large enough for your essentials. Then it goes down to the clothing. Light breathable outfits, evening wear, sweater or light jacket, underwear and socks, entertainment and extras. So this is really nicely done. It's nicely formatted, gives you some examples where it's necessary, toiletries for comfort. That's all nice. And then it asks you, are you driving or flying? If you're flying, you might need to pack lighter and check liquid restrictions. So it gives you some extra information. And this is nice, but it's very generic. It's not that interesting. It's practical, it's useful, it's given me the information, and it's saved it as beach weekend packing list. But now let's go over, and we don't have to tell it our name here or what we do, but let's put some traits in. Let's make it chatty, and let's make it witty. Now these are just the default. Be talkative and conversational, use quick and clever humor when appropriate. We're going to save this. Now it won't save it for this conversation because this conversation was started with just the bland generic. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a new conversation, but we're going to ask the same question. So we're going to copy it, start a new conversation. We're going to paste this in, and we'll see how it does telling it to be witty and chatty. And you already notice some of the difference. A weekend at the beach. Sounds like a perfect way to soak up some sun and forget about responsibilities for a while. Here's a list of essentials to pack so you can relax, stay safe, and have a blast. Notice the difference between our first one. Here's what you got. A weekend at the beach sounds great. Here's a checklist. This one, much more witty and conversational. Then it gives us the same thing, beach basics. Look at the nice icon, sunscreen. Unless you want to look like a lobster by Sunday, puts a little humor in there. Makes it kind of witty. So that's just a basic example of how putting some customizations in might help. Let's try another one. Let's go back to Customize ChatGPT. We're going to get rid of the be talkative and conversational, use quick and clever humor when appropriate. Let's just delete that. Let's tell it this. We want it to respond like a 1940s gangster. So let's save that. So we have our basic one, very bland, got everything you need, but it's bland. We've got our witty and conversational. That sounds great. Now we're going to do a new one. We're going to put that same question in. What should I take for a weekend at the beach? But this is supposed to respond like a 1940s gangster. Let's see what it does. And already we see the difference. So you're planning a little seaside getaway, huh? Smart move. Nothing like a weekend of sun, sand, and maybe a little mischief. Here's what you ought to pack if you don't want to end up looking like a lobster or a chump. And then look what it does. The essential swimsuit. Can't be splashing around in your pinstripes now, can you? And it does that all the way down through. So I'm just showing you that. You don't have to put that in the 1940s gangster, but you could put in anything you want. You could tell it to say it like Abraham Lincoln, to say it like Gene Hackman, anything, any personality, any time era, anything. Or you can just put it in however you feel like having it respond. I'll give you one more example. We can get rid of this, and you'll see those responses there. We could tell it, respond in a funny, humorous way. Keep the answers short and sweet. Now let's see how that affects it. We want funny, humorous, but we want short and sweet. So we'll do one more. We'll start one new chat. I'm going to put in that same prompt, same question, what should I take? Let's see what it does. So it says, the beach, sun and sand, and occasionally seagull theft. There's your little bit of funny humor. Here's your must-pack list. Now you see a lot less wording there, and look at how tight this list is. Sunglasses, protect those peepers. Swimsuit, unless you're going for a scandalous weekend. So you didn't get as much information there, but you got the humor that was in there, and it kept it very brief. So again, you can tell it, keep it formal. Give me a lot of information. Give me very little information. Keep it brief. And whatever you put in here, let's go back. Whatever you put in here, that's the way it's going to respond to every single conversation that you do. So let's say that what you actually want is let's see, respond in a formal way, give me plenty of information. So let's do that. So we saved that. I said we were only going to do one more, but I'm going to do this to show you. Same thing. What should I take for a weekend at the beach? Now we've told it we want it formal and a lot of information. And so we get, again, breaks it down, gives us more information. It's very formal. And that's how every conversation is going to be, because that's what I've told ChatGPT to do with my conversations. But now, let's say, look at all the stuff it's given me, because I ask it for more information, so it's given me a lot more information. But now let's say that that's what I've told ChatGPT, but now I want to ask something else in the same conversation. I want to start a new conversation, but I'm going to ask about something else. I'm going to say, what should I bring for a day hike? Now this is going to give me the same formal information, but because that's what I've told it to do for all my conversations. But let's say I don't want this one to be formal. I don't have to go into the settings and change it. I can just tell it here. Respond with humor and keep it brief. So now I'm overriding what I put in the customization just for this conversation. And I click it. So now it says, the noble day hike, where you bravely venture into nature, hoping to return with all your limbs and dignity intact. Here's your essential packing list. So that's not the formal way that it would have done it. We've changed it. We've told it for this particular conversation, make your response with humor and keep it brief. And if we continue to ask it questions about this, it would continue giving us humorous stuff. So let's say it says headlamp flashlight. I could ask it, what type of flashlight should I bring? Now it's giving me that. The humble flashlight, your best friend when the sun betrays you and your hike turns into an unexpected horror movie. So again, there's the humor, and then it gives me all the different types. And then I could even ask it, and then it tells me the moral of the story at the end. Get a bright, durable, and reliable flashlight, because tripping over a root in the dark is only funny for everyone else. So see the humor there? So you can put what you generally like it to do in your customization. Customize ChatGPT, put what you like it to normally do. But if you want it to do something different, you don't have to go in here and change it. You can just change it in that particular conversation. Now we're going to look at anything else ChatGPT should know about you. So in this example, it knows nothing about me. It doesn't know my interests, my preferences, my hobbies. So let me do a couple of things here. Let me put in, I enjoy hiking, which I really don't, but we're going to make this in there. Hiking, fishing, I don't really like to fish, disc golf, I do like disc golf, and shopping. We'll put that in. Save. Going to do a new message, and it's going to be, let's see, any fun ideas for what I can do this weekend. So it knows nothing about me. And I'm glad this happened. You're gonna get this once in a while, and this is kind of cool. It's asking you to pick which response you like better, and it will learn from that, the types of responses. It remembers and learns. So this is kind of cool. You can go through these. Here are some fun and engaging ideas for the weekend, or certainly here are some fun ideas for the weekend, offering a mix of relaxation and adventure, nature walk or hike, explore a nearby town. You can go down through this and it gives you, and you're going to pick at the end, I prefer this response, I prefer this response. So let's say I prefer this response. So it gives me that response. So this is fine. It's got a lot of ideas for things that I can do on the weekend. Nothing wrong with that. But now, let's go in and customize this and tell it, I like hiking, fishing, disc golf, and shopping. So now I've told it some things I like in here. Now we're going to do this again. We're going to put in that same question. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, lots of mistakes. We're going to put in the question, any fun ideas for what I can do this weekend. Now it knows a little bit about what I like to do. Here are several fun ideas. Outdoor hiking. If you enjoy hiking, why not explore new trails? Fishing. Plan a fishing trip at a nearby lake. Disc golf. Disc golf could visit, enjoy a new hobby. Museum arts, theater, shopping, relaxation. But the first ones it gave me were the things that I enjoy. And then it even mentioned down later that I might enjoy shopping. Now I could ask it, I could tell it I live in Montana, so where are some good fishing spots? Now this is very wide open. I've said the whole state of Montana. That's not where I actually live. I'm just giving you an example of what it can do. Montana is known for incredible fishing. So now it's going to tell me a little bit about it, the species that I can find there, why it's great. And it'll just go down through that for each one. So you could narrow it down. You could give it, I live in Lexington, South Carolina, so I could tell it, looking, fishing spots in Lexington, South Carolina, and then I could ask for more information. But in our customization, we can put anything we want in there. So we could have our name in there. So if I put in Vince, it'll sometimes refer to me as Vince. I could put in what I do, sell overstock. And then I can tell it, here's how to respond, give me plenty of information, make it chatty, make it witty. I like hiking, fishing. I could put whatever I want in here. I can even tell it, here's an example. So I've got my name Vince up there. I could say, when responding, always include my name. Randomly switch between Vince, Vin, and Vinny. So now it knows my name is Vince, but I've also told it, whenever you respond to me, put my name in there. So now if I ask, tell me more about Smith River, let's see what it does. No, it didn't use my name. Oh, because again, I didn't start a new conversation. So tell me about Smith River in Montana. It still didn't. So this isn't working the way it's supposed to, which kind of makes this kind of frustrating because it should be telling me. So now what I'm going to do to remind it, once it's done here, but you can see all the information you can get. Let's let it go down. I'm going to tell it, remember, I ask you to always use my name in the response. Got it, Vince. Thanks for the reminder. If you want to chat more about Smith River or anything else, feel free. Let's see. Tell me more about fishing in Montana. Let's see. There it is. Fishing in Montana is an absolute treasure, Vince. So now it's going to do that, and it will rotate the Vince, Vinny, and Vincent as we keep going. But there it is. It's finally doing what I told it to do, using my name. So you can come in here, customize it however you want. And I'm just going to show you one more thing. There are times when you tell it something, and if you go into settings and you come down to personalization, there's memory, and the memory should be turned on. And you can manage your memories, and it will remember things you tell it. It's remembering that I live in Montana, prefers to have my name used in responses, and that I'm 57 years old. So it will remember things you put in there. And over time, as you just talk to it and you tell it things about yourself, it'll remember those things. Now, I don't live in Montana, so I don't want to remember it. I can just delete that memory, just like that. So you can come in here from time to time, see what it's remembered about you and how it's personalizing your stuff. And you can either clear all of the memory or just clear one at a time. That was the other thing that I wanted to show you. So you get the idea, though, of what you can do with this, with customization, with personalization. There's all kind of stuff that you can put in there to help it understand you and become your personal assistant, so that it's actually giving you personalized information just for you. And again, all that's private. Now, you're not required to put any of that stuff in. You're not. You don't have to put any of that information in if you don't want to. That's completely up to you. You can leave it where it's just blank and it'll just respond to you. So, and I wanted you to see too, we got to our limit because the free version limits how many questions you can ask. But you notice even after we hit our limit, it still was answering questions for us. It's just it bumps you down to an older version of ChatGPT. It's still great, but it just doesn't have all the features the new one does. Might not be as great at certain things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's probably a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Saw how you can customize everything. If you liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more, because again, I'll take you through very basic, simple, easy things. In my next video, what we're going to do, because I've already been asked about it, is I've been showing you how to do this on a computer. But they have an app for this that can go on your phone or your tablet. It has it for iOS and for Android. So in the next video, I'll show you how to download that app, what it is, and how to use it on your phone or tablet. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next time.